There comes a moment in every life when the noise of the world becomes unbearable, when the opinions, the doubts, the fears, the endless distractions press against your mind like a storm trying to pull you off your path. And in that moment, something powerful awakens in the few who dare to rise, a decision. A single, unwavering, uncompromising decision that cuts through the chaos like a blade through fog. Because the truth is simple. Your life changes the moment your mind decides. Not when you hope, not when you wish, not when you talk about it, dream about it, or plan for it. It changes the moment you decide with absolute conviction that you are done living below your potential. Napoleon Hill called it the greatest force of human achievement, a mind made up, a mind that refuses retreat, a mind that refuses excuses, a mind that refuses to bend even when the world applies pressure. Every empire, every invention, every act of greatness in history began in a mind that said, "This will happen, and nothing will stop me." Look at Edison, 10,000 failed experiments, 10,000 nights of frustration, but one decided mind that refused to back down. Look at Henry Ford, laughed at, doubted by bankers, mocked by industrial titans, yet a decided mind built an industry that reshaped the world. Look at Disney, who faced bankruptcy, betrayal, and endless rejection, yet a decided mind created a universe of imagination that generations still live inside. Their power wasn't talent, wasn't luck, wasn't timing. It was decision solid, resolute, immovable. And you have that same force inside you. You've had it since the beginning. But somewhere along the journey, somewhere between childhood dreams and adult responsibilities, you were convinced to silence it. You were convinced to follow instead of led, to doubt instead of believe, to react instead of design. The world taught you to negotiate with your dreams, to shrink your vision until it fits inside other people's opinions. But today, that ends. Because the greatest tragedy is not failing. The greatest tragedy is living with a mind undecided, drifting, waiting, hoping that life will magically shift in your favor. A decided mind is the opposite of drift. It is direction. It is intention. It is a mental command that tells every part of your being, we move now. And when your mind becomes decided, everything changes: your energy, your focus, your habits, your voice. You speak differently, you stand differently, you walk with a quiet intensity that people can feel before you even open your mouth. Not arrogance or tainty. Clarity is the birthplace of power, and decision is clarity in its purest form. But decision requires something modern society trains you to avoid: responsibility. Edison never blamed poor materials. Ford never blamed the economy. Disney never blamed rejection letters. Lincoln never blamed defeat or heartbreak. Carnegie never blamed poverty. They took responsibility, because responsibility is the soil where greatness grows. When you own your life, fully and without excuses, your mind becomes dangerous in the best possible way, because you eliminate the escape routes, the backup plans, the emotional safety nets that keep people average. Once your mind is decided, discipline becomes natural, not forced. Action becomes automatic, not negotiated. Belief becomes instinct, not struggle. And the world begins to respond to you differently. Opportunities notice the person who has decided. Doors open for the person who has decided. People follow the person who has decided. Life bends for the person who has decided. This is the hidden law behind every success story. Life reorganizes itself around a mind that knows exactly what it wants. But decision is not loud. It is not dramatic. It does not require applause or validation. It is internala, a contract written in the ink of commitment and sealed with the willingness to endure discomfort. Because a decided mind is not protected from difficulty. No, it is sharpened by it. The storms don't stop coming, but you stop fearing them. The obstacles don't disappear, but you become stronger than every obstacle. Adversity becomes training. Hardship becomes instruction. Failure becomes feedback. Resistance becomes fuel. And every challenge that once intimidated you becomes a stepping stone toward your destiny. A decided mind does not ask, is this going to be easy? It asks, is this required? And then it moves relentlessly. Understand this. Clarity gives birth to discipline. Because when you know exactly where you're going, the distractions lose their power. The temptations lose their shine. The opinions of the world lose their influence. The noise becomes background static. You stop being pulled by circumstances and start being driven by purpose. That is the power of decision. It turns ordinary men into giants, average lives into legacies, and impossible dreams into inevitable realities. But there is something deeper, something most people never discover. Once your mind is decided, you tap into a force that seems almost supernatural, the alignment of intention and action. Your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, your environment, they begin to synchronize. You stop fighting yourself. You stop sabotaging your progress. You stop delaying your destiny. Instead, your energy becomes a laser. Your vision becomes a compass. Your purpose becomes a fire. And your life becomes a mirror reflecting the strength of your inner world.